it's so interesting because I was so glad to see you in the chat earlier. I was feeling something going on, and I knew this morning I wasn't planning on doing mediumship, but I felt a spirit coming around me. So I always honor that. And everything's connected, right? And I feel like this aunt is very supportive of you and what you're doing in your life right now. Would that make sense to you?
It would, yes.
The word she's giving me is you are making something of yourself. And she's also mentioning something about you being very wise. She's really trying to like prop you up and encourage you.
Yeah, that would be her.
Yeah. And she also wants you to, she's making me feel like she wants you to forgive yourself. You're too hard on yourself for perceived mistakes.
Yes, absolutely.
She's mentioning something about being witness to your sort of like your greatness, like your mind, especially. She's the way she's giving it to me. She's like, a good mind shouldn't be wasted. And she's like, don't waste your mind.
Oh, yeah.
She's very dear. Let's talk about, she's saying, let's talk about your dad. Your father, don't just give me one sec. Is your father in the spirit world?
He's in spirit.
Yeah, it feels like that. That's what she's giving me. Okay, let me move in because I feel like he's stepping forward too. So let me just get this warmth about your father. When he's a little bit more like, okay, he wants to make sure he's giving her the room to converse. Yeah. But so what your dad is saying to me, first of all, your dad looks attractive to me, and I feel like what I'm seeing him having is trying to understand his hair color because he's kind of coming in and out of focus with me. But I feel like he did definitely look dapper to me, like he liked a good haircut. He looked fresh. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Like he likes being clean shaven.
Yep.
Right. Definitely liked how he dressed. He was all about it. Is there something connected here with golfing or?
Yes.
Okay. He's mentioning that. And wow, his energy, like I'm standing up straight in my spine. I'm very clear and crisp. I'm fresh and just ready to go is what I'm sensing here with him. What I feel like happened to him, I feel physically was actually something that could have been what's the word I want to use? A hereditary thing, the condition. Yes. Does that make sense? He also is mentioning to me that you are really concerned about your own health and making sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Have you had something happening with maybe in your mouth or teeth or something?
Well, I have a baby tooth. That's the only things that are like, I'm always worried about my baby tooth.
You still have a baby tooth?
I still have a baby tooth, and I don't want to have to get a dental implant for it. So like, come on, baby tooth, like stay.
Oh my gosh, stick around. We can do this together. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now is it lower down? Is it somewhere in here on the bottom? Because that's where I'm okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Your dad is laughing about that. And I feel like he's also now kind of referencing your mother and his connection with your mom. And he's just bringing up to me like memories. So he's coming forward and just kind of giving me these clouds of memories. Dale, would you understand with siblings having a sister? I feel like I'm seeing a sister and a brother. I don't know if you understand that. As a note, I feel like because the other thing I was sensing here is two, but they different genders to the bottom of it.
Yeah, like the sister and brother thing, it could be a couple different things because my mom and my aunt were friends, and then my mom met my dad into like two totally independent events. So
it's kind of like
yeah, like so there's like a weirdness there. And then I have two kids, and my older child was born biologically female but is transgendered. So I did have a sister and a brother, a daughter and a son, but now I have two sons.
That makes sense because I feel like I'm here with this, and there's two. And then would you understand you having any siblings yourself?
Yes, I have two siblings. Yeah.
Two siblings. That's what you said. Okay, good. So that kind of
Yep.
tracks there. That makes a lot of sense. So I feel like somehow your father's trying to link with your mother.
Yes.
Like, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah, like spiritually, emotionally, and it has to do, I think, with some things that she's currently experiencing. And I feel like he's almost sending her like a current of energy. That's what
Yeah.
he's very intelligent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he?
My mom lost her dad when she was very young, and she doesn't believe in the afterlife. And my dad has been trying to prove to her that he's right there through me. And
That
she,
makes a lot of sense.
yeah, she can't hear it.
And the other thing, I feel like he approaches it though from almost like a scientific perspective. Does that make sense to you? Like how he's approached and describe it of bringing her evidence.
Yeah.
So, and I literally see like a stream of energy coming in, like towards her. It's definitely coming in around like the side of her head. He's trying to show her things. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I love. Oh, I feel like we're taking you back to like when you're about 7 years old, and I feel like we are either in. I feel like you're either in a convertible or you're in an open air kind of vehicle, and I definitely feel like I'm, it's like a summer vacation, something like that. I don't know if you can understand that, but it's open air. Something you're in a vehicle of some type with open air. He's telling me this could also be a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what he's talking about. Okay, so and then I feel like your hair is kind of moving, with the wind. And what he's impressing upon me is he's really tried to make a lot of great memories for you as a child in your childhood. That's like one of his primary things is he wanted there to be. He's mentioning something about like adventures and pleasurable experiences. And it does make me feel a little bit like going back to his own family and what his parents, some of the difficulties he's had. He wanted to provide more for his children. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely the flavor he's giving me. I feel like his message for you is to really hold your head up and to put your shoulders back and they keep talking about both of them, your wisdom and how wise you are. And your father's also and your aunt, they're talking to you about flow, meaning flow, like a flow of energy. It feels like a creative flow, but also a flow of ideas. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's their main message is, of course, they're very outspoken with their support of you and their love for you and their encouragement for you and your own natural way of doing things. And they're really saying to you to be strong, be bold, to have courage.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dale, for.
Thank you, Carrie. I was
Oh my God.
so surprised.
I know I'm happy because I wasn't necessarily planning on it, but I always trust spirit, and spirit was coming on this morning and like, oh no, we're doing mediumship today. That's what we're doing.
Oh, it was great. One of the things that you said was like my dad was really clean cut and the hair, and I teased my mom because she forgot to put his little black comb in his suit pocket when she buried him. I was like, Mom, Dad doesn't have a comb because he's so into his hair. He was so proud of his hair. Like,
He was so proud of his hair. He definitely was like, oh no,